In this video, we are going to learn about regular expression functions. In the previous video, we just went through the concept of regular expression, what is regular expression and why is it used. So today we will be learning what all functions are available to us and how to search for a pattern and how to replace the text using regular expression functions. PHP provides us a variety of functions that allow you to use regular expressions. Okay, so PHP has provided us some functions that could be used. The preg underscore match function, preg underscore match underscore all function, and preg underscore replace functions are some of the most commonly used. So these three functions are some of the most commonly used. Okay, so let's first see preg underscore match function. Okay, let's learn this. The preg underscore match function will tell you whether a string contains matches of a pattern. Means whether it is containing some matching of that pattern or not. So let's understand this through one example. Use a regular expression to do a case insensitive. Now for case insensitive, we just put a character I in the last. Search for coding in a string. So I want to check whether coding word is present in the string or not. I just want to check that. So what is happening is here I have given out one string which is consisting I love coding, and this is my regular expression. Okay, so I just want to check whether this pattern coding is available in this string or not. Okay, so for that I can make use of preg underscore match function. So basically it will take two arguments. First is the regular expression, second is the string. Now here in this case, it is containing the word coding, right? It is containing this pattern. So it will give out the value as 1. 1 means true. Yes, it is containing. If it outputs 0, that means it does not contain the pattern coding. Okay, so here we have just used a very easy example. Just we are checking whether this pattern coding is present in this string or not. So in case of preg underscore match function, it will print out 1 if it is present, means if it is containing that pattern, else it will output 0. Okay, so let's first see this in an IDE. Okay, so let's see this practically. I'll make PHP tags, have PHP. Okay, and here we'll just first take a string character or string variable. Here I will just store I love coding. Okay, I'm just storing this string inside this variable. Now we'll make the regular expression. Let's say we pattern. Okay, so this delimiter, then we have pattern, and again delimiter I. Okay, so this is the regular expression that we have, and now we can make use of preg function. So I'll just echo that out because it will return us 1 if it contains, else it will return us 0. Oh, it should be I love. So I'll just say preg under preg match, and it will take two parameters, two arguments. First is the regular expression, so we'll just say pattern, and second is our string. So let's see this. Let's run this in our browser. So I'll just say here localhost slash name of my folder is programming, and then file name is first.php. Okay, so as you can see, 1 has been printed. That means it is containing, right? And see, we can just see here coding and coding. Now, if this isn't the uppercase, still it will give out us 1. Why? Because we have inserted opt, an optimal modifier I, okay, which just says even if it is case insensitive, still it will work. Okay, so here this is in the uppercase and this is in the lowercase, still 1 will be printed. I'll just go to the browser and let's refresh. Okay, still I'm getting 1. Okay, so if I just remove this I, then it will give us 0. Now let's see, I'll just change this and instead of coding, I will just write here code. Now let's see what output it gives. Now it should give us 0. Let's see. Okay, 0. Why? Because the pattern isn't matching. This is coding and I love code. So pattern is not matching. There is not a single word which is coding. So that's why if uh, it is a mismatch, it will just print out 0. So this is what preg underscore match function does. Okay, if the pattern is present in my data, it will give out 1 as 0. So now let's move to another function. Now we have another function preg underscore match underscore all. Okay, let's see what it does. So this function will tell you how many matches were found for a pattern in a string. So it will print out a number. It will return a number. How many matches were found? Okay. So let's see this. Use a regular expression to do a case insensitive count of the number of occurrences of AIN in a string. So I have this string AIN, okay, and I want to check how many occurrences of this string is occurring in my case. Okay, so let's say I have a string and it is containing Spain is the major tourist attraction. Okay, and here I have a regular expression, okay, which is checking whether this pattern is existing in my string or not. We have just used this function preg underscore match underscore all, and it will take two arguments. First is the regular expression and second is our string. So basically this function will return as the number. Okay, the previous function was just returning either 1 or 0, but this will actually return the count, how many times this string is occurring in this case. So let's see this. I'll just go to here and we'll just cut out this part. So I'll just create a variable and here we'll say Spain is the major tourist attraction. Okay, and then we'll write our regular expression to find. Let's find for AIN. Okay, I'll just say delimiter, then AIN, then again a delimiter and optimal modifier. So it will check how many times AIN is present here. Okay, just will check. So I'll just echo add preg underscore match underscore all, and it will take two arguments. First is the regular expression, second is a string, means the data. I'll just save it and let's refresh. I'll just refresh it and you can see 1. Why once? Because here AIN is present only once in case of Spain. There is no AIN. Okay. So it gives out the count. Let's say if I say here instead of major, I just write here A, and instead of tourist as well, I write in. Just for now, I'm just taking any example. So here AIN is getting means it is occurring thrice in this case. So it should output as 3. So let's see. I'll just refresh this and as you can see 3 has. So it will just return how many times the pattern is getting repeated in your string in your data. Okay, so if you want to deal with the count, you can make use of this function, or simply if you want to just check whether the pattern exists, then you can make use of preg underscore match function. Okay, and here we have one more function. Okay, and it should be three, it should be one in this case. I by mistakenly I wrote here four. It should be one. Okay, here. Now we will see using preg underscore replace. Now, as I said, see, the first two functions were just used for searching. I was just searching whether this pattern is existing in my data or not. Okay, so now we will be learning how to replace a pattern. Let's see. The preg underscore replace function will replace all of the matches of the pattern in a string with another string. So if I found out a matching pattern, we can replace it with some other string. So that flexibility is given by this function. Okay, so let's see this using an example. Use a case insensitive regular expression to replace programming. So I will just replace the word programming with coding. Okay. So in my data, I have stored practice programming. Okay. Now instead of programming, I want to write coding. I want to replace this word by coding. So what I will do is first I will just make a regular expression. Okay, and I'll just write pattern as programming because I just want to replace this one, right? So firstly it should match. My regular expression should first know that okay, we have to replace this one. So we have to give out what word we want to replace. So in this case I want to replace the word programming, so that's why I have given out this pattern in my regular expression. Now preg underscore replace, and this will contain three parameters, three arguments, this function. First is our regular expression. Second will be the string, okay, a new string basically, and third will be our old string. Means the word coding now will the word programming will be replaced by coding. So here I have added one more parameter, which is a new string. Means with which string I want it to be I want to replace that word. So I want to replace this word with coding. So I will write here this new string. So it should output us practice coding. Okay, so this word will be replaced by coding. So instead of programming, it should give us coding. So let's go to our IDE and we'll learn this practically. Okay. We have data. Okay, let's say practice programming, and then we have a regular expression. Okay, here I will just skip programming. Okay, so when it will find out that yes, this is the matching pattern, so it will be replaced by a new string. Okay, so I'll just say echo reg underscore replace, and here we have three arguments. First is the pattern, that is the regular expression. Second will be our new string, and third will be our old string, old data basically. Okay, so this is how the syntax looks. Okay, so first what will happen is it will compare these two. Okay, and it will say okay, the word programming is here. So what happens is okay, this function is called, so it should replace the word programming should be replaced by coding, and then it will just print out practice pattern. Let's see whether we are getting that data. I'll just refresh it. Okay, so practice coding has been printed onto the screen. Okay, so these are some most commonly used functions. Of course, there are many more functions, okay, that PHP has provided us, but it is impossible for me to cover each and every function. So that's why I just gave you an overview how these functions work. Okay, so that was all for today's video. Okay, these three are the most commonly used functions, and just remember regular expression is used for searching as well as for replacing. Okay, so this was all about in today's video. Thank you.